enchanters in general, but now we have two of them right away. Really shows that both of these teams are looking at that late game and are looking at how they can really advance the scaling and advance the damage of their carries in the Varus and the Vayne respectively.
We'll have to see how it all shakes out, but definitely a fun draft to kick things off. It is, I don't know how many unique picks it's been, but certainly across the first, I guess this is game 5 of the day. We've had some sweeps, but even just in the 5th game, there's been a lot of different strategies showcased, so it is cool to see enchanters finally out and about on the Rift.
Biggest difference to me in this early game is that on one side you have this Lee Sin, which has been a cornerstone champion in the meta for many patches and months now, as he just does really everything that you could possibly want. But now with the jungle changes that have come in patch 2.5, you are more incentivized to go for your blue side of the map. You are more incentivized to go for some farming styles. We've seen a lot of Graves pop up in some pickup games, most notably for me that I've seen in the Rift Masters games that have been going on in North America. Graves has been like kicking butt on this champion, so I'm excited to see this one pull out against a more ganking jungler picked up by Trebor.
All right, the gang's in the brush, and they are trying to see if anyone wants to walk through. Azar is going to face check, and that is the wrong place to be. He's going to flash out, gets himself ignited for his trouble, but he's A-okay at least.
Yeah, both summoners now down for Azar. That's not going to feel great up there in that Baron lane. And what might feel even worse is this lane swap that we're seeing. Both of the duo from ThunderTalk stationed up here. Looks like they're just going to try to punish this Darius and make his laning feel much more sadder for him. He's not going to the lane at all, though. He is much more interested in playing in the jungle.
Yep, I'm out of here. I do not want to play this 2v1. In fact, they're actually going to swap it back. Chewy and Hamez back to the top side, but that's going to give a leg up, of course, early here for ThunderTalk. Trebor, though, busy clearing these Krogs, as we'll see how the rest of this shakes out. But I wonder if ThunderTalk will swap back. I feel like at this point, you take the lead you've gotten, right? You've already gotten an XP advantage.
Yeah, it definitely feels like this is ideal for them. They already got a head start into this game, and with this, they could potentially bring Chris into the enemy jungle, too.
All right, well, just a quick reminder, link your Prime account with your Wild Rift account if you want to receive a random skin chest. Thanks to our friends at Prime Gaming. You know what, Smacks? I do love me some free stuff. Already got me Prime, so happy to cash that in when I get home later.
Yeah, not too bad. I'm hoping to get the new Jace skin from mine. I've been trying to play this champion. I feel like he's going to work in the jungle, but unfortunately he's not enabled for this tournament, so we're not going to see him here. But it doesn't mean you can't play him in your solo game.
That's true.
Just recently out, yeah.
Any Arcane fans at home, Jace and Caitlyn are in the game, but not allowed in this tournament, just if you were wondering. Back to this one, though, we are going to get the swap. In fact, it's a swap on swap. Here is Azure and S12K have made their way back down to their normal lane here in the Dragon Lane 2v2, but are going to be chased around the map by Chewy and Hamez.
Yeah, it seems like ThunderTalk's duo are getting to these places earlier right now, which is going to provide them that slight lead. You can see it slightly reflected in that gold picked up by Azure. And this Vayne really can take all the leads that she can get. You're trying to avoid all laning with this Varus. The Varus and the Nami have a lot more range than you do in this lane, so you want to make sure that you get your scaling online, and whether it means that you're leashing your enemies around the map to do it, you know, any means necessary is going to help.
Yeah, Serrated Dirk, double airy, doesn't seem like a very fun 2v2 here for Vayne. And as we can see, pinned to the turret, which is going to be pretty commonplace here in the 2v2. Azure, though, doing a decent job just kiting around, but again, that poke already feels pretty unfair as Nami just pops the ebb and float. So Azure going to have to play a bit safer. Either roaming down here. Zert's still ready for the first blood, does have the ulti at the ready, but is spotted on a ward and is going to head back to him.
Defensive ward available. That summon Airy was so close to killing Azure, but is going to be a recall in the end. Maybe a safeguard over the wall from Trebor. It doesn't look like he's going too adventurous with this one. Just going to let that recall come through. But speaking of Trebor, he does have a pretty sizable lead at level 5. Going for the
great kick there. Q's going to land, Tidal Wave's going to follow up, and that's such an easy first blood. And Varus of all champs collects it.
Excellent work there for Team Secret. Trebor knowing that his team is that huge range duo here, so he can go well past his limits, well underneath that turret, knowing that that arrow and that wave are coming to collect the kill. Excellent start for Team Secret.
Yes, 12K, a little bit greedy, I think, just hanging around that tower a bit too long without an AD. As well, this one again. Lulu, no ult, and absolutely no hope in this spot.
Maybe trying to collect the experience underneath that turret, but once Lee Sin shows up, you know, I cannot stay here. I have to flash as soon as possible. But Trebor really quick on the reflexes to arrive there as well, and does get a lot of priority down here in this duo lane that has sort of been giving Chewy and Hamez some trouble, you know, moving him around the rift and making them feel uncomfortable.
Yep, instead steals the gold that they would have gotten from the early 2v2. Happy to take it, delayed there for that first blood there on the Team Secret side. The first objectives have spawned. One on each side. Looks like the Dragon is the current consideration for the teams, but Chris actually roaming down here to that bottom side. Tatsurii currently hanging out in the bottom side of the map, leaving Zed all alone. Zed and Z, I suppose, in the mid lane there, but Secret are going to go ahead and start up this Dragon.
Stands for Zed. He's going to want to get that ultimate off very, very soon in his team fight. It's just going to be about whether or not he can isolate one target. It doesn't seem like they're stacking up, but going in right now.
Yeah, going for it. Actually, Hamez very low. That should be enough. Indeed it is. Dragon, the who's it going to get it? It is indeed Lee Sin that collects it. Secret walk away with the Infernal. A very critical Drake to get as Chris has been empowered by the Wild Growth, but only one kill. Doesn't feel worth it for that Drake.
Z sure does have a lot of burst on this Zed, but it does feel like they run out of steam just a bit too much. That scaling that we're expecting to see in the late game from these double marksmen, the Graves and the Vayne, it's not quite here yet. So you get that initial burst. Deathmark does do a lot, as you can see Hamez very quickly eviscerated, but they can't get anything else.
Yeah, nice highlight there for Z and the Axe replayers are back to life, and the Rift Herald is now being taken. Secret looking for both the objectives here. They won the fight, they won the Drake, and now they're going to take this Herald here as well. You see ThunderTalk somewhat in the area, maybe thinking about a contest, but that is absolute map domination here for Secret, getting both of those.
And again, realizing that they do need that scaling, they know that they can't really initiate that team fight as much as they would like to take away one of these early objectives. The Infernal Dragon and the Rift Herald both going over to Team Secret now, trying to set up a dive with Big Shelly.
Yep, nice hit. Oh, what a kick through the Lulu. S2K in trouble. Tidal Wave's coming through. There's one, there's two. Secret setting it up oh so well, and they're even going to get the tower out of the deal.
Trebor, clean as can be on this Lee Sin. Now there's a Deathmark in mid lane.
Oh, that's so nice. It's not enough, though. Tatsurii get away, but there's the taunt. Predicts it there as Z's trying to get the kill. He does get it, and it's a wonderful trade out of the enemy turret.
Oh, 1-for-1 is not what Z was looking for there. You have so much assassination. You do take it in the end because you're forced to. You're underneath that turret. You have to commit in the end. But man, look at this kick from Trebor. That's 2 in a row on top of this Lulu. He cannot mess up on this champion. This is so exciting in this early game, and this is a team that we're expecting to have a lot of power in that late game. The early game bridge champion is what is making all these plays for Team Secret.
That was actually so excellently played by both players there. Dodging the Justice Punch there for Z, knowing what was coming in, and then having the taunt and just baiting that in, knowing that he wants to go for the kill to at least get the trade. Chewy did also die in the top lane. We don't talk about that, it's fine. ThunderTalk did get one back there, but it's Team Secret all the way right now. A turret apiece, but not for long, as Team Secret will claim their second bottom lane open right up here.
Looking at Azure and S12K to match that one up in the Baron lane. Seems like they're going to get it. And you take a trade like that if you're ThunderTalk. You want to get that scaling online.
Yep.
Excellent fight.
Yeah, Trebor looking good, but nice little defensive play there for Gragas. feibai just lets it rip with the cast. But not too bad, as again, covering for this top side. Azure may be in trouble here. S12K underneath as Azar is looking for the chase here. Trebor looking again for the kick straight onto the Vayne. The Q's going to miss, but the upper hand will not, and that's an easy Dunkaroonie there as Azure is going to kite away, but it's not enough as Varus finds the snipe.
Even giving it over to Chewy, and yeah, as you said, the Sonic Wave not connecting there, but again, these kicks are impeccable from Trebor. Anytime that cooldown is available, you gotta look out for it.
He's going crazy onto Chewy, looking for the extra kill there. Trebor going back in. That's not it there for feibai. Can't quite get the cast. Tanky, but not tanky enough. Maybe I take it back as the Wildcard does keep him alive for a second longer, but it's not enough as the kill will finally go over once again to Secret.
That Team Secret finding plays across the rift, and we're seeing Z. He is going to that station in the side lane, but there's nobody here to match him. He can't deathmark. He already used that one, and now he's in a bit of a pickle. Can he escape?
Ooh, just barely misses the dodge on that bubble. Nice aim there for Hamez, but Z's going to ghost play and walk away. That's easy.
Yeah, pretty quick on the escape.
Ooh,
there is
really?
a word. I don't know if this is a great play. Doesn't have the death mark. Yeah, just going for that cannon minion.
Teams here, but it's not enough. Does get the slow Lulu here as well as the rocket belts away. Always funny with the Darius, but nice bit of extra mobility the champion definitely loves.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. He was trying to push backward and then get the apprehend as well to gain some more distance between Z and the Lulu that was going to protect him, but didn't end up meaning anything. Drake's now up. Team Secret still a lot stronger this phase of the game. Azure looking for some more items before he can really come online unless they find a perfect team fight, but they're not all stacked up quite yet.
feibai body slams away there. Tatsurii with the taunt is going to force them out. Oh. How strong is Azure? Can he make the fight work? There is Chris already a little bit too low. Trebor is going to take him out instantly. Now it's a 5v4 in favor of Team Secret. The team fight just looking so good once again. He can't get in. Azure does get caught. Tatsurii finds two with the taunt. Azure forced to flash away, but still going to make it happen. Trebor does get forced out with that Q again. Out of the Lee Sin, Trebor can do no wrong, and the team fight's just too good. The gold lead too good as Team Secret take another team fight win.
Man, Team Secret juggling aggro of their opponents so well. You can see it reflected in every single one of their health bars, all blinking around 30 to 40% HP. They know their limits. They know just how much damage they have over their opponents in a spot like this. Will secure them that team fight and this Cloud Dragon, and they're just so far ahead at this point. And this is the late game team. I have to highlight this again. This is the team that we know will win games if they go to 25 minutes every single time. They're winning it early.
Yeah, Comeback Kings is one of their nicknames. Not going to be a comeback, at least on their side here. We'll have to be with ThunderTalk because this team fight so brilliantly executed. Azure made it look close at some points, but Trebor threads the needle at the end there to find that extra kill. Yeah,
Azure making it look close is very good news for ThunderTalk because he is that late game carry that will come online if Team Secret let him. But I don't know if they're going to let him at this point. That's another Rift Herald. They have another objective in the bank. They can take that one straight mid and start just rampaging through all of these structures. Already taking those side lane ones. As soon as that mid falls, your jungle is completely gone.
Remember when I said we hadn't seen two Heralds seem that important? I was wrong.
Feels Max pretty good right now.
As they're just going to get summoned up here in mid. Team Secret is taking every single objective off the map. Every monster is theirs. Every team fight is theirs. And now ThunderTalk going to maybe try and make it happen. feibai looking for the angle, can't find it. Ulti out early from Nami. May give Z an angle there. Zed looking for it, goes in onto Chewy. That's a very bold kill to try and grab it. The Nami's too much. Almost combos in with the Gragas, but not enough first.
Healing's too much for Chewy, and we're starting to get to that point where Z on this Zed, he doesn't quite feel like he has as much agency as he did on his Baron lane champions like the Fiora and that Renekton that still have a lot of late game, that still build items like that Blade of the Ring King, so you have a lot of sustained damage. That's just not Zed's MO. He is going in for the burst. He probably does kill single target if they're in a 1v1, but he doesn't do much after that. He certainly doesn't contribute to a team fight in any meaningful way. So Z moving over to that mid lane, finding that he doesn't have the same resources that he once did.
Yeah, I mean, you're constantly fighting, you know, the clock basically on a champion like yeah, you know, you got 2 kills already. Maybe feels like you're keeping up with the health and the defense of the enemy, but Z needed a 3rd kill in and amongst his last 5 minutes, hasn't been able to get it, and unfortunately, every kill that's close but not enough gets further and further away the further you fall behind.
Approaching that 12-minute mark. Azure on this Vayne, as well as Chris on this Graves, really want the clock to keep on ticking for ThunderTalk. They want this game to go as late as possible because contrary to the way that we typically think of Team Secret, they don't actually have that much scaling on this game. They've got a lot of damage that is pretty surprising in the late game from this Galio, a lot of bursts that can come from this champion, but it's not anything compared to the critical strikes that come from the double marksman. So ThunderTalk, if they can stretch this game out and maybe force Team Secret into a sticky situation where they don't really want to go for this Baron or the oncoming Elder either, maybe they can get these team fights back into their hands.
Yeah, if the goal's about even at 20 minutes and Team Secret overcome the Lulu enhanced Vayne, we'll have some words about just how good this team are at executing in their 5v5s. For now, though, it is all momentum, all lead, and all Secret right now. As Baron's going to be up in 15 seconds. Seems like a thing they can collect if they want to, but much more interested in trying to bait ThunderTalk into their own jungle right now as they're sieging this top tier 2.
The best thing that ThunderTalk can do is drop a redemption and hope that it wards them off, but no, not going to be even close to doing that. On the other hand, Z is doing the same thing that we typically see from him. He is in the side lane. He's taking these objectives for himself and for his team. That's going to give him quite a bit of gold. You can see he is the first on his team to hit that 10K. So he's got a lot of money on this Zed. It's just how effective can you make that money on a champion that spikes early?
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see. Does have that 3rd as you mentioned, but we'll see if that's enough first to maybe take out Chewy, who seems to be the target of Z's item of this game. Nice little upper hand there, but ulti out from Krista creates some distance here. As Ocean Dragon is alive. It is not the Elder, that will be the next dragon, but ThunderTalk would like to take these objectives away from Secret, who've gotten every single epic monster so far this game.
Chris trying to aggro the Drake and bring it out into the river, but it's gonna quickly reset right there as ThunderTalk realizes, oh, they're all stacking up as 5 in this river. We probably don't want to take a fight on even terms. We probably do want to wait for that ultimate to come right back up for Chris and maybe catch somebody out. Got the spooky shadows.
Chewy again. Oh, good stasis. Gets grabbed early. Z just dead.
Man.
Trevor so good there as a tidal over around the back from Hamez. He's going to kick off the rest of the fight. Secret trying to find a taunt, lands in onto Azure. But Azure's still alive. The Dragon also still up with the Darius. Able to grab one kill. That's just Dunk City there so easy as the double kill is grabbed by Azure and Secret. It doesn't matter what the fight looks like. They're always going to win it.
Tatsurii going down, but Team Secret completely favored in that team fight. And I love the way that Azar is just diving forward as his front line as well. You can see that he knows how strong he is. He knows how much damage he can take and how threatening he really is to this backline. You can see that he dives in after he takes out this Gragas in the pit, and he's got all this AD as well from the resets. Look at this.
Oh.
Just diving straight forward. The condemn doesn't even help. It's still a double kill for him.
Good old spin flash. Dunkaroonie. As looking real nice here on the Secret side. You can see that gold lead stretching up to what, 8k or so. We got too many items on the Darius right now. We got every dragon in the book. We got the Elder coming up next to complete the all 4 elementals if they want it, and they got the Baron at the end of it all as well.
I forgot to mention this as well in that last team fight, but Chewy with this stasis is just completely shutting down everything that Z wants to do with just one boot enchant. That is a very, very efficient 1800 gold for himself right there that he's been purchasing. Not quite up yet, so there is still that time for Z to have the death mark available before Chewy can do it again, but he's completely on the other side of the rift. His base is being exploded.
Yeah, not really where they're going. Side lanes are not of interest to Secret currently. They're going to stick to the we are good at 5v5s and are very far ahead in gold. And going to go and try and take some of these towers to the entrance of the Nexus here. Ooh. They can grab them, supers will spawn, they get access to the Nexus. Azar going off, just takes out feibai. He's the tank, by the way. Not so tanky. Chris gets one, but it's only the Guardian Angel. Oh, the apprehend on the end does find it. Wow, growth going to be forced out. Chris will stay alive, but Azar's looking real angry in these team fights here. Redemption going to pop down, but that does not stop the push.
Oh. We've seen that story a few times now. Redemption is just not enough when it comes to all these minions attacking your base. That's 2 inhibitor turrets now down. Team Secret really have all of the tools that they need. You were mentioning those 8k gold lead before. That's about 15 right now.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, almost doubling right there. Not too bad. I'm pretty convinced that they don't really need the next Elder to spawn. And it, again, because of all these tools that they're providing in these team fights, we saw right there that Trebor did have the stasis for himself to stall out. He also had a Guardian Angel, so he does expend both of those, but he survives the entire time, and he effectively is the split push Lee Sin where he's bringing the Baron minion up and making sure that they have multiple lanes of attack, multiple ways they can break open this base. Now they're looking for a third.
I like that. It's a very normal statement. Split push Lee Sin.
Yep.
GA and a stasis. I mean, it worked. They got the 2 towers they're looking for. Now just working on the third Secret, going to keep it slow and steady. Z is trying to split push any lane that he can find, but very tough against these super minions. Very tough against a consistent onslaught here for Secret, who at this point are just trying to put the finishing touch on this game. As far as they're concerned, this game is already over.
They can bide their time at this point. They're way too far ahead for something like a Vayne and a Graves to matter, unless they really slip up. And they will probably have to do that many, many times over. They've got all their summoner spells available. There's in the enemy team's jungle.
Just pre-dunks him. Doesn't even care about the reset. Azar with the upper hand, Trebor with a massive kick. Kicks Chris into the waiting arms of the rest of Team Secret. And Azure is trying to go up, but it's not enough. That arrow finds 2 there as Z barely gets himself away. But it's 5 alive still for Secret. Azure just getting himself poked to death as the Vayne does not have the damage to finish off this game, as Secret will march themselves toward the Nexus.
They've got enough minions here, pastry time, and Z can't even pop a Guardian Angel. That's it. This Baron laner, best player in the world, turned mid, can't quite make it work in his first bout.
Got great hands. I can see why the hype is there, especially on a champion with the skill expression that Zed does have. I'm excited already, even though it was a loss best secret. The hype is deserved from this team.
We saw that the desk all predicted this team to win. They're feeling pretty good about themselves. They're feeling pretty hype up, I'm sure, back there on the desk. And I'm feeling hype as well. That looked really solid. I loved the early game strategy from them.
Yeah, really nice looking in general there. Secret, I mean, again, it's funny, like we talked about how good their 5v5 is, but we did talk about how anyone can kind of carry, and they obviously have the individual skill to overpower some of their lanes, and it just felt like we got it all. We got the individual skill, we got the carry from every lane, we got Trebor